Welcome to Cliff Notes Sports Podcast. NFL free agency. Man, oh man, has it been a crazy free-for-all today. DK Metcalf, first and foremost, what a major trade with him leaving the Seattle Seahawks for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Nobody saw that coming. Pittsburgh is not in the business of making major free agent moves like that. As I look at my notes, DK signed a 5-year, $150 million. Wait a minute, what is that? I'm sorry, that is the sound of the Brinks truck bagging up to his home right now. $150 million, yes indeed, to join the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, here's catch number 3 for Pittsburgh. Who's the quarterback? Russell Wilson doesn't have a contract. He's probably going to be gone. Justin Fields just signed a new deal to become the Jets' starting quarterback. Looking at my notes, Justin Fields signed with the Jets today for $40 million for 2 years, $30 million guaranteed. So he's going to get out there and play football for Aaron Glenn. Pittsburgh was trying their best to keep Justin Fields, but you look back, Justin Fields was 4-2 last year, and Pittsburgh put him on the bench. People kind of remember that. Pittsburgh, I ain't fooling with y'all, so I'm going to move over that way. I can imagine Justin Fields was kind of thinking, weekends getting popping on the low, but better days are coming for sure.
Better days coming for sure.
So we have Pittsburgh with no quarterback, and I'm hearing rumors that Aaron Rodgers might be coming that way. I told you guys I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. Aaron Rodgers will mess up your organization. Stay away from him. Beware. Buyer beware. You know, goodness well, Aaron Rodgers is going to be at a darkness retreat. Right now, I think he's in Dubai doing something with his inner self, but it does not involve offense, wide receivers, running backs. So those plays are not happening. Leave that man alone. In other free agents news, we have, Mr. Adams has now left. Javante Adams has left the Jets. Aaron Rodgers' old buddy, as I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers, he has left and signed a 2-year deal with the Los Angeles Rams. Interesting. Puka Nacua is there. They're kind of in the same general frame, makeup. They're kind of slot receiver kind of guys. Matthew Stafford does a lot of 3 to 5 step drops, able to get out there and connect with those wide receivers quickly. That should make for an interesting time. And also remember, if anybody gets hungry on the Rams, Mr. Adams has a Taco Bell in his house. Mm-hmm. Yes, he does. Not that house. What he has on his head. No, his real house. He has a Taco Bell in his house. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, he does. I don't know what Jaden Smith had on his head. We talked earlier about my main man, Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett requested a trade February the 3rd from the Cleveland Browns. He said, hey, Cleveland, man, I've had it here. It's been a great run, but we're not winning. We had a terrible year last year, and it's time for us to go on and do better things away from this place. So, what does he do? He re-signs with the Cleveland Browns. Yes, indeed. Becoming the highest paid defensive player ever, surpassing my main man Crosby out there for the Raiders. Now, let me get these numbers right for you. I want to make sure you guys hear this right. Miles Garrett gets a 4-year, $123.5 million deal with a no-trade clause. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right. Can y'all hear that out there? Can anybody hear that? That's the sound of old-ass Jerry Jones screaming to the top of his lungs. What? He got to pay Micah Parsons now. Jerry, you should have signed him when you had the chance before this deal hit the table. Micah Parsons is now laughing his way all the way. Don't pass go straight to the bank. Because this man is about to get paid. Okay, Dallas Cowboy fans, I'm going to stop and dissect your organization for a minute. The following people make a whole ton of money. Dak Prescott, CeeDee Lamb, and now Micah Parsons. Who y'all gonna put on the field? Y'all want everybody else to come play for peanuts? Even if they restructure a few contracts, which they try to do, man, they still gonna be close to the salary cap. Dallas Cowboy fans, don't look forward to no Super Bowl or no playoffs for the next 5 to 6 years, man. All y'all money gone. One last thing before I move on for the Cowboys. Why does Jerry Jones wait to the last possible minute to re-sign these players? Big contracts be up last few days in the deal. Nobody else does that. Everybody go on the year before the contract ends. They go in with good faith and try to negotiate. Not Jerry Jones. Told y'all that man too old. Be doing it. Stephen Jones, you better get that team from that man. Other big news: Josh Allen, Buffalo Bills. He went to the bank today. Josh Allen gets $250 million guaranteed. He signed a $330 million contract, but he's got $250 million guaranteed. Josh Allen, what does this do for Buffalo? Buffalo, right now, we watched them play very decently last year. They went in, and, of course, they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs. They tried to push, but they could not quite push Josh's tush to the first down. Say that fast 5 times. Push Josh's tush fast 5 times. Anyway, moving on. J.C. Horn. Of course, that is the son of Mr. Horn. Used to play for the Saints back in the day. He has now, J.C. Horn, has signed let me get these numbers right, 4-year, $100 million extension with $70 million guaranteed to become the highest paid defensive back in history. Wow, man, these numbers are just moving. I heard it again. The Brinks truck bagging up again. Yes, indeed. These guys are straight getting paid. They just got paid. It's Friday night. This deal just in. Sam Darnold has now signed a deal with the Seahawks. Sam Darnold, a Seahawk now. Before I get to his deal working, let's talk about who used to be in Seattle. We discussed earlier that DK Metcalf had already departed and left. Tyler Lockett also is out. And last but not least, my main man, Geno Smith, was traded to the Raiders. Yes, indeed. Geno has gone to the Raiders. And I believe they got a 3rd-round pick back for Geno. And he'll sign a multi-year deal there in Las Vegas. And he'll do well out there. I think Geno's a pretty stable quarterback. He'll guide the team. They can also draft a young quarterback to sit under Geno. And I think Geno will do a really good job for his ball club. Back to the Seahawks. So the Seahawks has just cleared house. I think the only people left out there in Seattle is Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's going to be their number 1. Not sure who's the number 2 out there anymore because DK is gone. Tyler Lockett is gone. They'll probably draft someone. I'm thinking they've got a pretty good draft class of wide receivers. They'll go back and reset that market. But their new quarterback, Sam Darnold, had a great year for Minnesota. Although he laid an egg in the playoffs, which, actually he laid an egg against Detroit before the playoffs, and he had another bad game. His worst game was a playoff game out in Arizona when the Rams took on the Vikings. And, I mean, he looked like the Sam Darnold of the Jets. But he gets, congratulations, $100.5 million deal to play with the Seahawks. Wow, lots and lots of money. Moving on, the Commanders have traded with the Texans for offensive tackle Laremy Tunsil. Hey, folks, I'm going to tell you something. The Commanders are serious. They are serious. They're out there making some serious moves. And now that they're starting to address that offensive line, I tell you what, that's the team that you don't want on your schedule. No, indeed. Here's something that's just in right here. I apologize for all this news that is breaking, but I'm trying to give it to you as soon as I'm getting it. I see the Super Bowl MVP in his dreams. Oh, I'm sorry. Josh Sweat has now, can you believe, hold on one second. Can you believe he said he thought he would be the Super Bowl MVP of Jalen Hurts because he had some good defense? But I mean, man, you played really solid on defense, but you're not the MVP of that Super Bowl. Anyway, Josh Sweat leaves the Eagles. He's going to Arizona, play for the Cardinals. He's got a deal of $76.4 million. And he's going to be playing out there now in the desert. And I hope he finds exactly what he is looking for out there. That's going to be a work in progress. I still think Arizona's several players away from having a solid defense. You know, they got their man out there, Buda Baker. Buda Baker been out there doing his thing for all these years. He's a solid ball player. So I don't think that that's going to be a major downside to them. I think they'll come up and do well. You weigh in right now, sports fans. You are probably smarter than anybody on ESPN and Fox and all that old other channels, and the people just putting out stuff on FS1. And here's my top 5 quarterbacks, and you can agree or disagree in the comments right here. Go in the comments and tell me if you agree or disagree. Top 5 quarterbacks. I got at number 5. I've got Joe Burrow, and a close 5.5 is Josh Allen. Why Joe Burrow? Joe Burrow, Super Bowl quarterback. He's played well when he's been healthy. I think Joe Burrow is a very good football player. And like I said, he did take his team to the Super Bowl, although he didn't win, but he played really, really well in the Super Bowl. My number 4 quarterback is Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford was a play or two from the Super Bowl this year. And keep in mind, he's won a Super Bowl already. So Matthew Stafford comes in at number 4. Solid quarterback. I got my number 3 quarterback. This man puts up a lot of stats, and that is Lamar Jackson. Now, Lamar Jackson has not made it to a Super Bowl, but, man, this guy's a Swiss Army knife of the NFL. He can do a lot with his legs. He's got a great arm. Lamar Jackson, to me, is one of just the most complete quarterbacks in the league, and I believe that his ceiling is extremely high, and he's gonna get there, and it's only a matter of time, I do believe. My number 2 quarterback is no one. I've vacated the number 2 spot because I have 2 number 1 quarterbacks. I do. 1A and 1B. I've got 1A being Patrick Mahomes. He has won 3 Super Bowls. He's been a solid football player, leads his team. And 1B is Jalen Hurts. Now, somebody say, how can he be number 1? Well, I almost put him over Patrick Mahomes because each time in the Super Bowl he's played Patrick Mahomes head-to-head, Jalen Hurts have outplayed him. But the overall win total is leaning slightly toward Patrick Mahomes. So I'm going to go with 1A and 1B and vacate on number 2. All right? Because that's how I feel. Those are my top 5s. Tell me if I'm crazy or not. Put it down in the comments. Let's have a conversation. I'll tell you one person who might be joining this top 5 soon, and that's Jaden Daniels. The guy's a beast, man. He's a beast. I really like him. I don't know who else maybe be in that same realm of him. The guy kind of like a Michael Vick and Lamar, all rolled into one, and bam, you got an excellent football player. So let's keep him on the watch list. Yeah, that's the watch list. With his greatness. That is my NFL wrap up. I want to get quickly over to the NBA because the association is, man, we're coming down to the playoff push. We've got just a few things to talk about. The big thing to talk about is the second place in the West, LeBron Lakers and Luka. LeBron is now out 1 to maybe 2 weeks with a groin strain. It didn't look that serious, but they want to make sure that they're right for the playoffs, and they're going to hold LeBron out. Luka has been playing well. The entire Lakers team has been playing very well. Austin Reeves, man, that dude is like, I'm the man. I'm the man. Austin Reeves is like, I could do this thing. Rui Hachimura, I mean, Rui is the Swiss Army knife for the team. He can rebound. He can defend. He can score the three. He can finish at the basket. Rui Hachimura is basically everything you need from a nice, I don't want to call him big man, but he's kind of a big man, but he's not. He's kind of like an in-between guy. So very, very good guy. He can guard also. He's the key for the Lakers. Also, another big news, Houston Rockets has had Amen Thompson. He is out 2 weeks. He's got an ankle injury. So we got a lot of things shaking loose in the NBA. Hopefully things will kind of calm down with the injuries because I want the best players on the floor as we get in the stretch these last 20 or so games. I want the best players competing with each other so we have a really, really great playoffs. Speaking of playoffs, congratulations to the South Carolina Lady Gamecocks. Dawn Staley, there's one coach I think could coach right now in the NBA. That's Dawn Staley. Man, she's got the X's and O's down. Dawn Staley, she is my most valuable player of the week. There's nothing she can't do. Dawn Staley is a winner. Yes, she is. All she do is win, 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 no matter what.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
All right, folks, in our up Schitt's Creek, it goes to the Los Angeles Lakers, Jackson Hayes. Jackson Hayes trying to make a hustle play against Naz Reid. Jackson Hayes goes up and accidentally, well, not really accidentally, throws the ball off of Naz Reid's face. Yes, that's called keeping your head in the game right there. Woo! All right, folks, that's it. Another great episode. Free Agent Frenzy, as it unfolds, we'll keep it breaking news to you right here. Let me know what you think about free agents. Let me know what your team is. Put it in the comments. Tell me what your team needs, and I will tell you, I'm the sports expert, who your team should get. So you tell me what your team needs in the comments. I'll tell you what your team will get because I'm the sports expert. Let me know in the comments and we'll discuss. Well, I'll tell you who y'all should get because I'm the sports expert. Until next time, keep your head down. And keep grinding. Holla at your boy. Clip notes. Like and subscribe.